Hello there, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Bundesliga. It's episode 3 of Save Our Season with Hannover 96. As you see, we are still 18th, we are still rock bottom. You'll be shocked to hear we've got a massive home game today against Nuremburg. We may be bottom, but things have been going really rather well. So we're going to get straight into it. Just before I show you this, if you haven't watched the first couple of episodes of this series that came out on Sunday, Monday, then make sure you go along and check those out as well. Links are in the description. If you are enjoying this sort of mini-series that we're doing, of course I did one with FC Emmen in the Eredivisie. If you haven't watched that as well, go and check that out. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. As always, jump in the comments as well. Right. Spoiler alert then, if you haven't watched those first 2 episodes, we're going to show you how we've been getting on. And goals don't seem to be much of a problem for us. So obviously, yesterday's episode, we got off the mark with a 3-1 victory over Werder Bremen. We followed it up with a 4-1 victory over Hertha Berlin, which was just fantastic. Nicholas Füllkrug, again, he is fast becoming a legend of this series. Scored another brace. Marvin Mellum scored a brilliant goal, a low drive on his debut. Uwe Beck had got it all going after just 2 minutes. Then came the first blip. It was a really hard double-header, away at Borussia Dortmund, at home against Leipzig. We were always likely to lose them both. We lost 3-0 away at Dortmund, but we did play okay. Picked up a couple of knocks with Gaudino and Araguchi, picked up quite a lot of yellow cards, but we didn't do too badly. They never really dominated us. We had plenty of shots on goal. I mean, we made Roman Berkey make some saves. They just were a little bit more clinical, and they got the bounce of the ball here and there. And while it looks like a comfortable win, it was anything but. And then I'm sure you've seen the score. This was just unbelievable. I mean, look at that. Timo Werner scored 5 goals against us. We couldn't stop him. I mean, whatever he did went in the back of the net. He just blasted goals in. I think he scored a couple of headers. It was just ridiculous. I mean, he scored 3 in 6 minutes in the second half to take his tally up to 5. But again, it was a good performance from us. We stayed in the game, even though we were getting battered at one point. They got it to 5-2 at one point, and I did think with half an hour to go they were just going to run riot and maybe get 7 or 8. They were really, really dominant at the time, and the goals were flying in. They seemed to take their foot off the gas a little bit. Nicholas Füllkrug again got a brace. Ivor Fossum and Uwe Beck scored for us, which brings us to today's game. So let's bring up the table and let's show you what's going on. Bayer Leverkusen, incidentally, have gone top, so I'm happy with that. They just beat Bayern Munich, as they have, as I'm recording this will date how long ago I recorded this. They just beat them 3-1 in real life as well, and they've just beaten them in game. We've got the real life fixtures in the game, so it mirrors what's going on. As you can see, we have really closed the gap now. We are now just 4 points away from safety and 3 points away from Werder Bremen in that playoff place. So today, if we can beat Nuremberg, we really drag them back into it, as well as bringing ourselves potentially off the bottom of the table today. Our relegation rivals, Fortuna Düsseldorf, are at home to Stuttgart, so that's not going to be an easy one for them. Eintracht Frankfurt, who are just kind of on the edges but looking over their shoulders, they're away at Leipzig. Wolfsburg away at Freiburg. Werder Bremen at home to Augsburg, so a huge game there. Really could do with a draw in that one, if I'm being honest. And I think, is that everybody down at the bottom there? We've got Mainz, Dortmund, Hoffenheim and Leverkusen. Yeah, that is everybody. Everybody sorted. So, we do have a little bit of transfer news, I believe. We have sold Marvin Bakalotz. Stuttgart came in and offered him a deal for the end of his contract, which was running out. Then we got the option to sell him, and we managed to negotiate $250,000 for him. So he was leaving on a free anyway, so we might as well get a little bit of money in while we can. We've brought in Finn Bartels on loan from our relegation rivals, Werder Bremen, and he's only made 1 appearance. I think he's starting today. We'll confirm that in a minute. He came off the bench in the last game and played an amazing ball through for Füllkrug to smash a goal in. I've always liked Finn Bartels. Watching Bundesliga, I've always really liked him. So I'm really happy to get him on board. You can see over here, He's been relegated 3 times, so that's not a good sign, is it? I didn't see that before before I signed him. But delighted to have him on loan. And we also signed a couple of 16-year-olds. I don't know why. I was hoping that I'd be able to bring them into the first team squad, but I can't give them professional contracts, and because they're not 17 yet. But they look really good, and both of them were unattached. They're new gens, but I didn't know that was a thing. So we get new gens in the game that are unattached. And I mean, look at this guy. I mean, he looks unbelievable. He looks like he will be as good as Mario Gatti. If you watch my Estudiantes series, you'll be very familiar with him. But he just looks really good. And I'm tempted to, just for my own benefit, once I finish this little series, just to maybe sim forward a few years and see if he delivers on this potential. And another one that my head of youth development signed, Jan Lucas Brasas, again looks half decent, 4.5 star potential. It doesn't look as good as Piatek, but I didn't know that you could get new gens in the game that were unattached. I've got to figure out how I'm going to find them now going forward. So today's game, we are the favourites, just 5-4 on, 3-1 for Nuremburg to win. They won the previous meeting between us, but we'll put that right today, I am sure. Søren Stokes is our referee, 1 red card and 34 yellows in 12 matches. It would be so nice if we can get the win today and get ourselves off the bottom of the table. That would be lovely. Finn Bartels does indeed start. Nicholas Fulkrug has made that striking position his own at the minute. He's got 5, I think, since I took over. He's been brilliant. Bobby Wood is now back to fitness. He's on the bench, so Kleber now is missing out. It's a very, very strong team. If we scroll down, we have no injuries. We have a few players struggling with fitness, which we'll have to address, but we have no injuries, which, again, if you watch my FC series, is the exact opposite of what I had to deal with there. Mirror image formations from our opponents then, and I have just checked. Misijan and Pereira are inside forwards as well, so it's exactly like for like by the look of it. It looks like they're all playing the exact same roles. Their star player appears to be their goalkeeper, so that'll be interesting. And they have a couple of top scorers in Matheus Pereira, who I really, really like, and Ishak up top as well. And of course, Leuven in midfield as well. Obviously, Fulkrug is our top scorer. Hopefully he adds to that today. Wallace has been doing really well in midfield as well. So today, I am going to say, and I'm going to say it passionately if it gives me the option, I know how hard you're all working. Today's the day. I think that's a nice little team talk. It hasn't had the effect I wanted though. It's the first time I've ever seen that team talk. And we're going to assertively say, you're all pretty good. And it's done the same old thing. I really struggle to motivate these players, said Maurizio Sarri. There was just one question in the press conference, and it was about today's a good opportunity to shake off your malaise, turn around your form and find your feet. And I just said, yep, today's the day for that. I really think we will get the win here in quite rainy conditions. Oh, what happened there? The goalkeeper the defender almost gave away the corner. That was a bit of a comical start. Schwegler with the corner. In it goes, Finn Bartels. Did that hit the bar? Did it get saved? I think it crashed off the bar. It was a good delivery and a brilliant header. It would have been a nice way to start the match. You can see down at the bottom, it looks like it's level everywhere. We'll keep an eye on those scores. Korb takes the throw to Schwegler, gets it back. Infield to Beck, now to Fossum. Across he goes to Wallace. Ostrolek now. Lovely ball to the far post. Fulkrug heads it back across goal and it drifts wide. Godin with the throw. Wimmer heads away, but only back to the taker. And it's in towards Misijan. And that hit the post as well. It was a lovely hit. I don't know. It hit the post. Why are you showing me the goal line technology? We don't need to see that. It hit the post. It's just ridiculous. You can see an early goal for Fortuna Dusseldorf in their game against Stuttgart. Oh, and we've gone a goal down here. A corner flicked in at the near post. And our good start to the match has been wiped out, and it was a good delivery from Pereira, but how's he got a goal there? That is ridiculous. Where was the keeper? We've put Schauner back in goal. Sahin Radling has been playing really well for us, but Schauner was starting to get a little bit upset that he wasn't playing, and he does look attribute-wise like he's the better of the two, so we've put him in, but he didn't cover himself in glory there, did he? Corner for Schwegler to take. It's cleared away at the near post. Olsen drives it forward, and there's a counter-attack on for Missy Jan. Come on, Korb, get to him. Olsen now. We've got back well, though. We have got back nicely. That's good. We are set to counter-press, though, rather than regroup. So that's... I was hoping they would have won the ball back a bit quicker than that, but Bartels has done well. Beck cuts in field and scores. He is in such good form. It's his third goal of the season. They've come in the last 4 matches since we took charge. It's a brilliant goal on the counter, and that is what we are set to do, is to counter-attack when we win it. And it's Finn Bartels again with the assist. It's a lovely pass, and that is why I love an inside forward, just to cut in and finish just like that. Throw in our own defensive third. Schwegler plays it down the line. So we just dropped a praise shout out and it had no effect at all. So you praise your players and they just don't want to know. Here's Bartels again, cuts inside, plays another wonderful ball to Beck, and he's in and he scored again, and we've turned the game on its head, and it's Finn Bartels again. This is the exact sort of impact that I thought he could have. It's another assist for him. It's another wonderful pass, and the inside forwards combine again. That's absolutely fantastic stuff. Half-time and those 2 quick goals from Uffe Beck have got us in front at the break, and it's a huge scoreline at the minute. You can see on the right all the results. At the moment, the league table shows that there are only 2 points between 14th place, which I think is Augsburg, and the bottom team, which isn't us at the minute. It's Fortuna Düsseldorf, because they are level with Stuttgart, and Stuttgart have missed a penalty as well, which is really annoying. Leipzig beating Frankfurt, Freiburg are hammering Wolfsburg 3-0, and Werder Bremen and Augsburg are 0-0, which is the perfect result for us in that match. We've done really, really well here. We have played well. We didn't deserve to go down, really. We didn't deserve to go behind. So we're going to passionately say you have played well, but there is still room for improvement, because I think we can go on now and win this game. Providing we don't get any serious injuries, any sendings off, anything like that, I really think we can go along and get more goals in this. We're just going to say there's a lot more to come. So let's get back to the action, and I would be happy if it just goes through to 90 minutes, obviously, with no more highlights, no more goals. The points are what matter, but I really think we could be on course for another win here, as Leibold has given away a free kick right on the edge of the box. Incidentally, that game against Leipzig that I showed it, there was VAR. Oh, did that hit the post again? It did, didn't it? The free kick. That goal against... I'm just going to bring the latest scores up again. That game against Leipzig, it had so much VAR. I mean, we've had a lot of VAR in this league so far. I've only done, 4 games? We've had so much VAR. It's ridiculous. Here's Füllkrug with the ball across. Wallace, shots raining in and getting blocked. Counter is on, though, for Nuremberg. I like playing a balanced mentality with this formation. When you set up a gegenpress by default, it does have, as Osterlet hits one and Fossum hits one and it's just wide. And again, it was the ball forward from Bartels. It sets gegenpress with a positive mentality normally, and I've switched it to balanced, and it really seems to work well as Wallace curls one just wide. Just over, in fact. I think it grazed the bar. That was a brilliant hit. We are doing so well, but we need the daylight of a third goal. The goals are flying in. We'll catch up on them in a little while. Here's Julian Korb, Gaudino, who has come on for Schwegler. Wallace clears the bar with a shot. Werder Bremen have scored and gone 2-1 up. There have been early goals in that game. You can see we've also taken off Uffe Beck, who's been booked, which is a bit of a shame. I wanted to give him the chance for a hat-trick, but we brought Muslia on for him. So as things stand, Dusseldorf are 1-1 with Stuttgart still, Leipzig still 1-0 up, Freiburg still 3-0 up. Werder Bremen and Augsburg are now piling in the goals. It's 2-1 to Bremen. That was goalless at half-time, remember. They are in front for a second time. So at the moment, in terms of the league table, it puts us back bottom, which is really annoying, but look how tight it is. At the moment, it would be a 3-point gap up to Werder Bremen in 14th. But if we can get the win against Nuremberg, it really does drag them down, and we'd only be 5 points behind them. But there's 20 very, very nervy minutes coming. And the cross comes in, it's headed away. Wallace, let's get the counter on the go. I'm going to bring Bobby Wood on, I think, in a little while for Nicholas Füllkrug, who hasn't had a great game. And it'll give Bobby Wood a little bit of match time, which he desperately, desperately needs. I would have preferred us to be 3-1 up before I do it, though, because he will be very, very rusty, and I don't want the potential of him missing a big chance as the cross comes in and it's headed towards goal, but it's a comfortable save. So we're coming towards the last 10 minutes. Here's Ostrolek to Bartels. Bobby Wood is now on as Wallace hits another shot and it's crashed off the bar. He is smashing some shots in today from distance and they are all brilliant. He's just inches away from scoring some absolute stunners today. He must have had 4 or 5 and some of them have been really, really close. Ostrolek with a throw to Gaudino. Come on now, let's wrap this one up. Gaudino to Wallace. Go on, hit another one. He does! And he's inches away again. Julian Korb clears the ball away, only as far as Pereira, though. What a tackle by Bartels, though. Wimmer has it now. Launches it forward. Bobby Wood will chase. Has he got the pace? He has. He's got players coming up in support now. He's held it up brilliantly. A cross came back to him off his own player, and now he's lost it. And the ball is played forward, headed away by Elez. We can't get it to our own midfielders, though. And Misijan looks for Pereira. There's a goal here. You can feel it coming. You can feel a goal coming. Leuven close him down. Olsen to whoever that was. Bobby Wood picks it up now. Come on. That was a great block from Ostrolek. And it's tackled. And that is a bizarre highlight. It was end to end. It's going to continue. I thought that would have ended there. Ostrolek. Wasting time now. I don't blame you, son. I don't blame you. But don't get booked for it. Come on. You've taken like half a minute there. Headed away, and now that is the end of the highlight. That was really weird. Augsburg have equalised against Werder Bremen. Perfect result is on the cards again there. Freiburg are 4-0 up. Leipzig are 2-0 up. And there have been goals galore again. Werder Bremen took the lead, and it went 3-3, didn't it? They must have both scored in injury time. And while I was watching that, our game has finished. We've won 2-1. We've won again. It's our 3rd win in 5, and all of them have come at home. It's a fantastic result. We'll have to see what it does. I'm not sure it gets us off the bottom. But what it does do is it drags Nuremberg into it, and it brings us really, really back into this. Well done, lads. Your performance has moved us out of the relegation zone. There has been some late drama, it seems. Well, I don't know what that team talk was all about. That's ridiculous. There hasn't been late drama. We are bottom of the league. And yet that team talk options led me to think that something had happened and we jumped up above Wolfsburg. Bizarre. Anyway, we are still bottom, which really, really frustrates me. You can see Werder Bremen and Augsburg had a hell of a second half, sharing 6 goals, 2 of them in the last minute, as Bremen went 1-0, 2-1 and 3-2 up, and Augsburg just kept fighting and kept getting themselves back on terms. It's been Fortuna Düsseldorf. Wow, they got a 3-1 win in the end against Stuttgart. That's a shocker of a result because Stuttgart are up there in the European places. What a win for Düsseldorf, though. And that is why we're bottom. That's why we've stayed bottom, because Düsseldorf got that win. But you can see, look at that now. It's just 2 points up to 14th. It's just 5 points up to 13th. And if Schalke lose at Bayern, is there a possibility that we could drag even them into it? Who knows? But that is a massive result again for us. We've now taken 9 points from 5 games. We are far and away ahead of what I was hoping for. Obviously, you hope for wins against teams on your own ground. That is, especially when you're down there, you've got to make it a fortress. And on another day, we might have got a draw against Leipzig. Who knows? So, Uwe Beck, what a player he's becoming. Not really shown you him, I don't think. Here he is. Look at him. He is really, really good. He can play in a number of positions. He's quick. If you are looking for an inside forward, you could probably do a lot worse if you're a middling club. Then look at him, and he looks like he would be quite cheap. His contract is up at the end of the season. I'm not worrying about any of that because I won't be here. But yeah, if you are looking for a decent inside forward, he might be one to look at because he is scoring some serious goals for us. Right, in terms of the next video, at the moment, it's looking like, you see, the plan is, as I said before, the plan is I need to get down to the business end of the season because there could be a time when I need to do 2 or 3 matches in a row. So I need to get some matches done and dusted before the next episode. So we're going to do Augsburg away, I think, is the one that we're looking at. I was going to do Leverkusen at home because they're my German team, but I think we'll do a game on the road. The games against the teams around us are the ones that are important. So I think it'll either be that or it'll be Wolfsburg. It'll be one of those two, I think. And we'll see which one is the most pertinent when we get to it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit that like button, hit subscribe as well, turn on the notifications. Jump in the comments and let me know how you think we're doing, how many points we're going to get. Got plenty of games left. I think we've got 12 games left, an awful lot of points left to play for. So yeah, jump in the comments. In the description as well are all the links that you need, and I will see you tomorrow for another huge match in this fight against relegation. Can we save the season for Hannover? Join me tomorrow, won't you guys? Auf Wiedersehen.